What the strength of Data Plus is, it's a platform that the students hear about, they apply to, it attracts them who are interested in our project. So that's the first thing. And then puts the students in a room together over the summer with other students who are using the same techniques, interested in similar questions. And we have now begun using Data Plus to get our students deeply acquainted with our very rich data set each summer, and then they can move into the fall and spring programs with Bass Connections with a really firm foundation in how to manipulate the data and how to, we usually come out with a few hypotheses and a nice clean data set by the end of the summer, and then we're ready to do much more and dive into deeper analyses.
Yeah, I first got involved with Data Plus, so that was, I think, between my sophomore and junior year. I was able to get involved with the Data Plus program and join their project. And then after that, it was like contingent to join the Bass Connections project. So I had to do that first full year, which was last year. And then I loved the project and I'm staying on this year as well. At first I started off building a map, an interactive map of Durham County, and looking at, I guess, pockets of like socioeconomic factors and how they played in with the data. So looking for patterns and correlations. And we had this anonymized data, and now I'm working on a focus group project with community members to kind of tie in together like the quantitative data with hopefully some new qualitative data from those conversations.
For a long time, we have had what we call our stakeholders in our meetings. We've had people from the crisis intervention team, people from the Stepping Up Initiative, which is a committee in Durham that is looking at all the points of contact through the criminal justice system. So point of arrest, inside the jail, mental health court, probation and release. And what can Durham County do at all of those steps to best support people with serious mental illness and addiction? So we've been having meetings back and forth with all of these folks for years.
Our final project of the map, we didn't know what that would look like when we started. We started with a completely blank canvas and built like this interactive web app. We can provide our findings in a sense of a report to like stakeholders, and we can try to get papers published, and we ultimately don't know what kind of change that might lead to, but maybe, for example, on a very like basic level, some of those programs I talked to through like the Justice Services Department that we're hoping to focus the focus groups on, we could maybe think about what elements of those programs help to sustain that long-term recovery. So maybe that would look like making sure that housing is provided, or help with like getting groceries or like getting transportation to like appointments at Duke Health once they actually have been released from jail or prison. People have been working on this project for many years and before I started, and so to be turning like, I guess, a new direction, and we're getting more data sets from other sources as well. So I feel like it's a lot of new avenues are opening up for this project, especially coming out of, I guess, my first 2 years on campus with COVID. Didn't get a lot of chance to actually leave, the little bit of a Duke bubble that we have. So building that map and getting to plot, I guess, where there were pockets of higher population, where there was pockets of higher, lower income, seeing all of that on a map, that we created ourselves, that helped me get a feel for, I guess, different neighborhoods and areas within Durham County that we might be driving through. So it was interesting to see a map that we made and then correspond to when I finally got a car on campus, driving around and seeing those different areas. And now when we had our meeting with stakeholders last week, we were able to actually go downtown to the Justice Service Department, one of their offices. So that was interesting as well, to actually go step into the office building, like interact with people like on site on their job in downtown Durham. So I think it's definitely helped me feel a little bit more tied to the community, as opposed to just feeling like involved with the Duke community. I'm now like also involved with the Durham community. I started off just working with data, and now I feel like I'm like on this journey with the community leaders to help make change in Durham.